Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove RMP services from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is for you to take. I want to preface by saying that doesn't mean you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that RMP services or actually any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid or any major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. But if no issues like that exist and you just want the accounts removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number is in the description below, so you can find that there. But what I want to do is I want to go through some of the most important questions, I think, that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with RMP services? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is RMP Services and why are they showing up on your credit report? So they are referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? For example, imagine for a moment that for whatever reason you have an unpaid card with Capital One and it's $1,000. RMP Services could, in theory, come along and buy that debt, maybe for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, right? So that gives them a 10x return on their investment. So when you think about it, I mean, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to the credit report is the primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, again, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, paid or not. So a lot of time I tell people paying isn't in your best interest and really could just be a waste of money. In rare cases, paying debt, the debt can even hurt your score further. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. But if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you again may be owed a lawsuit. So that's another case. You want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with RMP Services? Settling your debt with RMP Services depends on your goal. Typically, if you are wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. And the reason for that is what I mentioned before. Even paying the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Which leads to the next question. How do you remove RMP Services from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. let me say the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared. You may spend weeks, maybe even months, learning how to do it properly. However, the option is out there that you could hire a professional to handle it for you. And by doing this, you can ensure that it's done properly the first time and really just save that extra time. And, that's what we're here for. We're happy to take care of that for you. We've dealt with RMP Services accounts many times, and, they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And, we'll take care of it for you as well if you'd prefer. How can you get RMP Services to stop calling you? Yeah. Like I said, RMP Services calling is their attempt to collect the debt that they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Let's see here. Will RMP Services try suing or garnishing my wages? So RMP Services suing is unlikely. It can happen and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and really it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with RMP Services? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that RMP Services has purchased. RMP Services is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Again, these acts can seem very complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to you, the consumer, if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. Call us today. We can discuss your options. Again, I'll throw our number in the description area below. And with that, thanks so much for watching.